Hey guys, True Knight back here for a little bit. So past few days I've been practicing around with this build of Swordsoul. I've grown to really like it and think it's kind of good right now. We'll see. I'll take it to a locals pretty soon and try it out. But yeah, it's fun. It's kind of my style. It brings in the cards that I really think make the deck as powerful as it can be at the moment, without new support of course, but we'll kind of go into that. My next video will be test hands of this profile and things like that, so you guys can see what I'm doing with it. So let's get right into it. So your typical, not much to say here guys, but 3 Ecclesia, of course, 3 Mo, 3 Long, 2 Taya, 3 Emergence. I still think that Sacred Summon is extremely strong, especially this format. It just provides so much extension and really helps you if you top deck like a Tinny, your follow-up turn or something like that. You can just use this and bring out Taya or Moye or Long Yuan or something like that and make your plays. So, and then of course 1 blackout. For tennies, 3 Ashuna. In this build we're doing 3 Adhara, double Fashuda, and 1 Chitana. Not much to say about these cards, but yeah. For this build I'm trying Vessel. I think that it's extremely strong, as much as I much rather play Heavenly Circle, just because Imperm and Ash and Veiler, all those things are really needed to dodge, which I'm still probably going to make room for in this deck. This card is kind of nutty. It really helps you get things going if you need to. It helps you extend. It helps you out of a sticky situation. It's just a great card. Sorry. Okay. And then for non-engine, 3 Ash, really strong right now. Can't go wrong with it. 3 Imperm. I think that these 6 are kind of like the bread and butter of hand traps right now. So people who disagree, that's fine. But in my opinion, these are the kind of go-tos. 3 Triple. This is probably like my favorite card in the game, to be honest. I'm a player that loves options, like I've said in my previous profiles. So to always have this option is an amazing feeling, whether going first or second, just to have it there in case as a security blanket, or it's like the deciding factor of games. So this card is great to me. Really glad it avoided the ban list. 2 Desires. Then for the end of the deck, 2 Ringo and 1 9 Pillars. So obviously you can tell the packages I'm running. I'm continuing to try with this. Yeah, of course, if you want to go pure Swordsoul, this could be, I don't know, Kaiju. This could be Book of Eclipse or Book of Moon. This could be evenly matched. However you want to do it. Like I've said in my previous builds, I think that the pure Swordsoul with an extra 3 hand traps in some sort of fashion or board breaker is the strongest version of it. But yeah, new format. I'm messing around with these until somebody says no, they're just horrible. So, which they haven't proven yet, because we see Swordsoul topping in regionals and a couple of YCSs and all kinds of locals. So for extra deck, 2 Monk, 1 Shaman, the 1 Berserker, of course, the Denglong, Yazi, Boxia, and Xiaofeng. Not much to say about those. 2 Chicho, Chengying, and the Sinister. and then Baron and Chaos Angel. So I'm running this because of Ringo Worm. I just think that it's a strong card. Really good first turn. Also great if you're in a bind. Second turn you're just trying to survive. So can't go wrong with it. That is it for the extra. Now the side is probably like one of my favorite parts of the deck. And I'll kind of go into more detail, but I am running one of each just because you don't want to see two of any of them in one turn. So when you side them in, my thought philosophy is just have one of each to be able to, in case you draw two, to be able to go off twice. Two lightning and one harpies just for board clears. Labyrinth is obviously still a thing, traps are still a thing, and just in case you need to clear board. Two dark rulers, so I did take out one of these for the extra bestial, in my opinion. That's what I wanted to go into. Never really saw myself missing the third in one of my matches. At a locals, I actually drew two of these. Kind of sucked, but is what it is, man. Look at the cards, you know. Three evenly. Just think that this card is a hassle for players to deal with. So I opted to take out the D barriers and put these in. And then finally, three anti-spell as my floodgate. Still think it's probably one of the strongest floodgates in the game. I can't go wrong with it until it gets hit and vanless. So before we finish up and I get into the next video of test hands and stuff, I want to go over my thought process on this deck. So I think Swordsoul was honestly at its strongest, in my opinion, or at its peak during tier format, when you played two of these and, like, I don't know, some people played 7, some people played 9 in the main. Just because the boards that you could create and then drop in one of these on your opponent at the end or at the beginning or in the middle of your combo with Destrudo, or taking an opponent's monster, dropping this and synchroing off, or if they're playing bestials and you take one of theirs and you drop one of your own and then go into the XYZ, it just felt so good with Swordsoul because you made all your plays, you had all your backup, you did all your things, and you had these as support. And they're great for synchroing, they're great for XYZing, they're great for linking. Like, there's so much utility to them that these cards are just amazing in my opinion. It's great to be able to side them in against Sky Striker, Cybers, Branded, Vanquish, I think. Unfortunately not so good against Kashira, but even against Sprite, I see players siding them in. So I think they're on the rise again. I think they're worth it. In my opinion, whenever I side them in and keep these in, I just feel like the deck is so much stronger. And so for me personally, like, it's hard for me to not want to main deck these, but given in the format we are, you'd rather side into them than main deck them. So that's my opinion though, but I think Swordsoul was truly at its strongest peak with all these, even though it wasn't the top deck. I still think that that was my favorite time to play Swordsoul, and that was the strongest time to play Swordsoul. So just my thoughts with processing. But yeah, in the next video, like I said, we'll go into test hands and things like that, so you guys can kind of see what my thought process is with the deck and all that, and then kind of go from there, guys. All right, take care, be kind, be good, be respectful of each other, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.